venuta anche Olga Fernando, la nostra interprete. Come sapete sarà Wes Anderson a consegnare il premio alla carriera a Bill Murray e lascio subito a lui la parola.
Thank you, Antonio, grazie.
Grazie.
Grazie. He said that to me before.
It's a trick.
I had the first opportunity of actually shooting a scene with Bill Murray just a few days after we met. This was in Houston, Texas, at my own school where I had been a student 10 years earlier. And at some point during a short break, a group of my old classmates came to see me. And while I was greeting them, Bill appeared from by my recollection, a gap in a hedge, but there wasn't even a gap. It was just through these bushes he emerged. And I was surprised. I didn't know him. I had only met him a few days before. I didn't know him. And I said, hi. Do you want to meet my friends, my classmates? And he said, okay, do you want to meet mine? And I said, who are your friends? Where are your friends? And he motioned back toward the bushes, to the hedge, as a group of men, maybe like 10 or even 12 men, came sort of scrabbling out, following behind him, dressed in business suits. And they were the salesmen from a Jaguar car dealership around the corner, where Bill had gone in between takes. Somehow he'd gone for a test drive. And he came back with the entire sales force of the Jaguar dealership, and they stayed with us off and on for several days, as I recall. Well, I think they probably didn't meet their quota of selling Jaguars that week, but I am positive that they have very fond memories of the experience, and I wouldn't be stunned if at least one or two of them made some big change in his life right then, and maybe stopped selling Jaguars and did something else. I think that happens, and I know that happened because it happened to me. I have been lingering off and on with Bill for the past 20 years, more than 2 decades now, and we have done at least 9 movies together. And Owen Wilson and I even tried to get him on the movie before that, but we actually weren't able to. As I recall, he was in a Winnebago on the rim of the Grand Canyon, and he was not reachable at that time, so we weren't able to get him. But I have had the chance to go on all kinds of adventures with Bill over the years, and Bill loves an adventure, and he knows how to make the work fun. But it's what happens in front of the camera between action and cut that drew me to Bill in the first place, that drew all of us to Bill in the first place, and has been the most magical thing of all for me to see and share and use in these movies. What he brings us when the camera is rolling is like nobody else, as you know, ever. Totally unique, uniquely funny, and it's been quite a thing to stand there on a set and watch the most wonderful, exquisite acting happening in front of me. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first question, do you want to ask it? All right, it's me asking. Do we want to translate some of that?
Do any of you understand what he just said? Okay. So how many of you did not understand what he just said? Can you applaud or raise your hand? Okay, so
I'm going to tell you later.
Yeah. Okay, so we're very aggressive Americans. You know how they get over here. And so what we would suggest is that you sit next to someone that speaks English so they can tell you. And I want you to meet Olga. Olga? Olga is our translator, but Antonio has informed us that Olga is being paid by the word she translates it. And unfortunately, the party that we're throwing tonight is already over budget, so we're trying to keep Olga to a minimum. As little as possible.
Good. Well, also I thought, we're gonna look at some clips from Bill's work.
And also, that wasn't Wes's best story. He has other better stories. I promise. I hope. I promise.
Well, I wasn't gonna do other stories. I was just gonna moderate now. In case things go off at any time or there's a lull in the conversation, I think it might be good if we could just go to the audience, see if anybody has it just at any moment. So just be ready. If you have something in mind, we could call on you at any moment. Or does anybody have anything right now even? Anybody have it? That one, that lady right there. She has a question.
Miss Frances McDormand.
Sarebbe non li dietro ancora. Lavorato un sacco anche con loro. Grande attrice.
You young lady, you have a question?
No, I have a statement. Olga, I want you for this, sweetheart.
Great.
Okay? Thanks, honey. So, I wore this dress tonight because I try at every opportunity to upstage Bill Murray as much as I can. Is it working?
Allora, questo vestito apposta per cercare di distogliere l'attenzione, come sempre tento di fare da Bill Murray. Vi chiedo, ha funzionato? Mi sa di no.
So, Bill and I met when Wes cast us as Mr. and Mrs. Bishop, a very happily married couple in Moonrise Kingdom.
Allora, io e Bill ci siamo conosciuti quando siamo stati chiamati da Wes per interpretare il ruolo del signore e la signora Bishop in Moonrise Kingdom.
And then Bill answered my text one day when I asked him to come and play with us for Olive Kittredge. Anybody seen that? Yeah! So you know how good he was.
E una volta gli scrissi chiedendogli se fosse disponibile Bill, cioè a venire da noi per Olive Kittredge. Beh, chi l'ha visto sicuramente avrà apprezzato quello che ha fatto.
Now I won't pretend to speak for all the women in Bill's life.
Non è mia intenzione parlare a nome di tutte le donne nella vita di Bill.
No, because they are perfectly capable of speaking for themselves.
Perché sono perfettamente in grado di farlo da loro.
But for me, I showed up for Bill because he shows up for me.
Io sono venuta qui per lui perché lui c'è sempre per me.
But he can hurt you,
Ma è un uomo che può farti del male,
literally.
letteralmente.
He once threw me over his shoulder
Una
and
volta
he
mi
cracked
lanciò
my ribs.
e il risultato fu che
He
dopo il
didn't mean to,
lancio mi trovai con una costola rotta, seriamente.
He eventually put me down,
Poi finalmente decise di mettermi giù,
but he has never let me down.
però non mi
Very
ha
good.
mai abbandonato.
Shall we start with the clips?
She was not kidding about the upstage, was she?
Abbiamo un messaggio da un altro amico di Bill. Vediamolo.
Oh, I see. We're going to a video.